So I have a huge limits everywhere, and here I have 90 CPU. So that is more than enough to show all of my demo. Okay, but again, 90 CPU doesn't mean they will charge you. Okay, if I go to T2 Micro, I can launch 90 OS in parallel, and they won't charge me anything in my new account. So that's the meaning of this limit. Okay, so let me start things. So let me show you guys some more demo here. I'm going to launch one more instance. Okay, and guys, here the demo that I'm going to show you here is again I'm using Amazon Linux 2. Same thing, I go for T2 Micro because it is free for 1 year. I am going to launch this OS in 1A in Mumbai. Now, one interesting demo I just want to show you. It's again one of the feature recently they added, and because recently they added, so if you're planning for go for AWS CSA examination, the updated examination 2020, okay, there might be possibility they might ask you this particular question if you're planning to go for examination in the future, and the option is called hibernate. It's a very interesting option. Okay, what is the meaning of this option? Let me explain in a minute. So let me enable this first. Okay, this option will enable hibernation in your operating system. Okay, so what I mean by this? Okay, what I mean by this? Okay, I think you guys know, especially this is a very common facility we use in our laptop. So right now, if you think, if you see guys in my laptop, my Windows is going on. In my laptop, multiple program I open. I'm doing some chatting, or a lot of program is going on. Okay, so normally, what you normally do in the laptop, as such, you never close your Windows and shut down your OS, right? What you do, you just like flip your screen and close your laptop. Okay, that's the normal thing we do. Okay, and when you again open, all the applications keep on running. None of the applications stop, and we start working from there. And you guys know this term that you normally do in a laptop. You'd actually flip on close the screen of a laptop, and I believe you know this particular term is called sleep. So if you close your laptop right now, so your laptop will go on the sleep mode. So right now, if you see in your laptop, in the space in the Windows, if you go to power, there's an option here, restart, shut down. You guys know. And there's one option called sleep. Shut down, mouse shut down, restart. You guys know always restart. And there's one more mode called sleep. And when I click on the sleep, okay, what happened? Whatever your laptop have right now. So, for example, in my laptop, this pen program is running on. This screen is going on. I'm doing some coding. A lot of program is going on, and you guys know, okay, when a lot of program is going on, it means this program is running. And you guys know when program running, it always run on the top of RAM and memory, and this is known as process. That's what I discussed yesterday already. Okay, so whatever seeing you guys in my screen right now, everything is running, and everything is there on my RAM. So when you go for sleep mode, so all the process that on my RAM, or all the data that is there on my RAM, it will be keep on the RAM. Okay, RAM will keep this data there only. It is actually known as the state of your current process. State means right now, if you see this screen I'm talking about, I just write one line here. Or maybe I open my notepad. Okay, this program load on the RAM, and I say I write Vimal Daga. So this is the current state of my RAM, or this is the current state of my operating system, where I keep all the data that I have right now is not there in my hard disk. If I shut down my OS, I lose my data because I haven't saved this file. This data is there in RAM. So I can say the current state of the operating system is this one, what you're seeing right now. And everything is there on the RAM or memory. So if you go to sleep mode, how you go, either you click here, or if you know, sometimes you don't use a laptop after 10 minutes or 20 minutes, automatically the screen close, or you flip your laptop close. So in any other way, your laptop goes sleep mode. And what happened in the sleep mode? All of your devices in your laptop, your processor, your hard disk, your network card, wireless card, almost all the devices power off. Or because they're power off means they're not consuming your battery. But only thing that is not power off is the RAM. RAM is still working. And battery is keep on giving a power to the RAM. Why? Because we know RAM is volatile. As soon as the RAM shut down, all data will lose. If data lose, we should lose. Process close. And process close, all the screen that you're seeing right now, it will close. So I think everybody know this. But those who don't know about this, I just wanted to share this information to you. That is happening when you do a sleep mode. So almost guys, we always use, it is by default enable in your Windows sleep mode. Okay, but I'm not talking about here the sleep mode. The main discussion was on hibernation. So hibernation is also something like a sleep mode, right? Hibernation. So, but only difference hibernation is, guys, hibernation is, let's say in the sleep mode, your battery don't have power. If battery don't have power, they won't give power to RAM. In this case, what happened? RAM shut down. If RAM shut down, all the process, your data, and the current state remove. Means you think you're working something in a laptop, very critical document you're writing, but maybe you don't have battery, don't have power, so you lose your data. Sleep mode is sometimes dangerous. It will lose your data wherever battery goes off. But a good thing about sleep mode is, right, as soon as I shut down my laptop, all of my data is there in my RAM. So as soon as I again start my laptop, I don't have to reboot or start my OS. So as soon as I start my laptop, I can see the same screen, same data. I don't have to again open my document and do the things. So sleep mode is good in terms of when you again start working on a laptop. But the danger thing in the sleep mode is, okay, if battery goes off, you will lose all the state. And some of the data is not safe, you will lose it. But where it is, hibernation, guys, the good thing about this particular concept, hibernation is, it's exactly same. But if you put your laptop on the hibernation, what happened? All the program that is right now running in the laptop and all the data that is there in in your RAM or in the memory. So if you put your laptop in the hibernation, okay, what happened? Okay, they again store your state. Means whatever you have right now, they won't delete it. If you reboot or shut down, everything will be closed. Data from the RAM will remove. But if you if you go for hibernation, this data, this process, they store. But where? Not in the RAM. They store everything in your hard disk. And you know, guys, about the hard disk. Hard disk stored the data permanent. And you guys know when I say permanent, permanent is persistent. So guys, wherever I say permanent, store the data permanent, permanent also have the right word or technical word called persistent. So all the data process and state of your RAM, they store in the hard disk. Okay, and obviously they they clean the RAM. There's nothing RAM. And then finally your laptop shut down. And now there's no meaning to give the power to the RAM. So if you have the battery, if you don't have the battery, you won't lose your data. And when you next time you start your laptop, okay, laptop again start, but they don't have to start the OS or boot the OS. They get all the state from the hard disk and again load on the RAM. So maybe next time when you start the laptop, it will be a little bit slow because from the hard disk, it will again load the data on the RAM because we work on the top of the RAM. But the good thing about the about the hibernation is you won't lose your data process. So whatever you had initially, every document will become in the same data and same state. Okay, so depend guys which facility you want to work. If you think as your laptop close, you open, close and open, you want to keep on doing, and you want very quickly your program will start, you can see the same thing happening. Even though if I close my laptop again start, I won't lose my meeting is going on. Right? So go for sleep. There's a by default behavior in the laptop. But sleep is something dangerous, right? Maybe if you want to keep your laptop for 2 days, and after 2 days you want to see the same data. Maybe after 2 days, in 2 days your battery might automatic, goes off. In this case, hibernation is good. By default in the Windows, right? We don't have an option for hibernation here. But if you want to enable the hibernation, is even though it's not important for this training, just for extra knowledge sake, just go in the Windows and search for power and sleep setting. So there's option here, power and sleep settings. So if you are interested to enable the hibernation in your Windows laptop, so just go and search for power and sleep settings. This page come up. By default, they are talking about sleep. If you don't use your laptop for 10 minutes, they will go for sleep. That's what is happening here. Okay, but in the additional options, power settings, okay, I think choose what power button does. If you click in this button here, choose what you want to do. Right? And guys, if you see, hibernation is by default disabled. Okay, but if you want to enable the hibernation, then the top option is called setting that is unavailable. Click here, and now here they give you option to enable it. And after enable, this option will come here. Okay, so I don't want to enable, but anybody interested to see this option, just go and try it. So that's guys, this knowledge is enough. The good thing is guys, this facility nowadays Amazon also start providing. That's my main point guys, why I explain this thing to you. Okay, even though if you see here, if you enable the hibernation, all the space from the RAM they store in the volume. Volume means in your hard disk. Okay, so that's the thing they provide you. So if you think guys, you might have a requirement, OS is going on, and there's a lot of program is going on in the OS. Okay, and there's a lot of program is going on. There's a lot of great use case guys for hibernation. Actually, you know what? In the Amazon, because Amazon charge you per hourly basis or per minute basis. So I'm running my Linux OS in the Amazon from last 2 hours, and I started lots of program, lot of processes, lots of things I started, and I'm working on it. Okay, but after 2 hours, I think I don't have to work. I have to keep on start working from tomorrow. But if you keep on running my OS in the Amazon, they will charge you per hourly basis. Okay, but if I don't want, they charge me. I have two options. Either I shut down, so they won't charge me. But if I shut down, all the program that keep on running, that they have done a lot of things here, and that is running in my RAM. Okay, that is also lose. So what can I do? Okay, instead I shut down this OS in the Amazon, I will make this option. It's called hibernation. Okay, so what is the good thing about hibernation is, okay, the OS shut down, RAM, CPU, everything is become free, but the current process that is going on, that is there in the RAM, they store in my current hard disk. Okay, and next day when I start working, I want to work again, I will get the RAM process, RAM data, memory data directly again from the hard disk to the RAM, and they start working on it. So it's very interesting facility they have added, especially anybody in the corporate. Normally, if you have long running jobs, so we have a lot of guys concept, especially guys those who are in my Earth learning program. So we are going to discuss a lot of ETL jobs and long running processes. Okay, that they keep on running for multiple days. It's a long process. They keep on running, but I want they keep on running, but I don't want to stop them. But without stopping them, okay, you want that particular point in time, Amazon won't charge me. So put your system in hibernation. Process won't stop. They store in the hard disk, but they won't also run also. They won't do that particular time, that part. But that's okay for me because I have to continue from next day or next after 7 days, something like this, right? So I think you got the idea what I'm talking about. Okay, so this facility they have initially added so much interesting. So it will save a lot of money. We can do a lot of planning by this option. Okay, and one small thing, you have to enable this option at the time of launching this OS. So after the launch the OS, you want to enable this option, it won't work. So if you think in the future you want to go for hibernation, just at the time of launching this OS, you have to enable this. Okay, and if you go for hibernation, and in the hard disk, again they have the hard disk here. The hard disk has a very important role because when you put your OS shutdown, typically known as hibernation, all the data from the RAM is stored in the hard disk. So if you think you have a 20 GB RAM and the complete RAM has been occupied, okay, so all the data of RAM will store in the hard disk. So hard disk should have that much space. Right now I don't require so much space because I have only one single GB RAM. That's one thing. But only one small thing, if you go for hibernation, this hard disk that you have to lock it. And this lock is called encryption. And what exactly meaning of encryption? So in my coming days, when I go for security, I will explain you guys. So don't worry about this concept. Okay, but here it is compulsory to put the encryption. And for the encryption, we have to use some kind of lock. It's called key, just like this. But don't worry about this thing. I will explain this concept from very basics. Okay, but it is compulsory. Here, if you go to hibernation, your hard disk should be locked. It is called encrypted. Okay, so that your RAM data is very critical data, right? You're running your processor, right? And sometimes processor also have some passwords. So I want to keep my data in the lock state. Nobody can read it from the hard disk. This is called encryption. But we'll discuss guys at this point, don't worry. Otherwise, everything is same. Let's go for, let's say, OS 2. I'm going to launch. Everything same, and launch. And I'm going to test some key that I already had. That's all. So now your OS launch. Now this time you have an extra facility. This OS is running. Okay. And now in this OS, let's say you have multiple programs is going on in this OS. And after you write all the program is going on, Python code is going on, Hadoop code is going on, Java code is going on, database is running right now. Okay, some other program is going on. And after 1 or 2 hours, you think, no, I don't want to keep on continue, but I also don't want to lose my program and again start my program from the scratch, okay, or process. So what can you do? You can put this OS on the hibernation, okay? And what hibernation do? I will explain you already. All the data of the RAM means memory, because RAM is volatile, you know. So before my OS shut down, all the data of the RAM internally they store into the hard disk. And a very quick document I just want to share with you guys. If you search for Amazon hibernation, this is the document you will get. And why is it important to get this document? Because hibernation facility doesn't support in all the AMI. Okay, what I mean by this? Right now, because I was using, because I was using this OS. This OS support hibernation, but Red Hat doesn't support hibernation right now in the image. SUSE might doesn't support, or maybe Ubuntu might support. Okay, so this is a very new facility. Not all the OS right now support hibernation. Okay, so how I know which OS support, which OS doesn't support? Okay, maybe guys, if you go to Red Hat, you might see this option here. It doesn't mean they support. Even though you enable, and when the OS launch, if you try to use hibernation in Red Hat, it won't work. Okay, so not all the OS right now currently support hibernation. So there's a link where you can go and check which OS support hibernation. Even though this link also explain you what exactly meaning of hibernation. So the suspend to hard disk. All of RAM data they store in the hard disk. And other benefit also. But if you go down, they will tell you the diagram. So they show you your data in the RAM. They put in the hard disk, and from the hard disk they again put in the RAM. So this is the diagram. Also, you can check the way I explained to you also. Okay. And if you go down, they might tell you here right now the supported OS is called AMI, is Amazon Linux, Ubuntu. That's all. Maybe Windows, maybe you can check. Okay. But not all the OS right now support. Okay, so that is one of the reason I use Amazon Linux too. Okay, but right now, guys, for your practice as such, you might don't need hibernation. Okay, so for us, program is running on the RAM. If my OS shut down, it's not impact us because we are practicing. But it's good option to know, especially if you want to do some setup on the real world, and if you think some program is keep on running, it's called long running processes or long running program, and in 124 hours, I just want to keep on running for 2 hours, then just stop the OS. But if you don't lose the data, I want my program is keep on carrying on next day. So it's the planning to manage your costing and some other thing also. So it's a good option to know to proper plan for your company. Okay, that's the one thing. So guys, this OS has been started. Now guys, let me connect this part and show you how it works. Connect, and again connect by this, right? Connect by this. OS come up, and right now this OS is running where? In the Mumbai. Okay, and whatever program you run, guys, all the program are run on the RAM. Okay, so let me guys run some program. For example, let's say date I run. But the bad thing is when I run the date, they put on the RAM, they run it and close it. So let me run some program. Let's keep on running. So there is one command, guys, in the Linux command called sleep. Okay, sleep is a one command. If I run sleep 5, this program is keep on running for 5 seconds. And after 5 seconds, they stop. So let me do one thing. Let me run this program for 1 hour. Okay. So I'm trying to simulate one thing. And what I'm trying to simulate, that you have one program that's keep on running for long. So I'm running this program, and I'm running this program on the backend. It's called background. So this program is running on the background. And how I know this program is running? So if you want to see, guys, all the program typically known as process are running in the OS. There's one command in Linux called ps-aux. It will show you all the process are running in the Linux. So you can see there's a lot of process running, but one of the process that is running in my OS is this one. Okay, so if you run, you can see this process running, and this process keep on running for 1 hour. Okay, and this process, guys, is running on the RAM. Now, what if I shut down this OS? Even though, let me tell you one more thing. There's guys, in the Linux, if you want to check the uptime of your OS. So this OS is running from last 55 minutes. So whenever power on your OS or start your OS, okay, they show you this time. Even though if I reboot the OS, that time reset. They show 1 minute or 1 second. Uptime means when you last reboot or last start the system. Okay. So what I'm trying to show you guys, very interesting demo here. The demo is I'm going to shut down this OS. And after shut down this OS, none of my data from the RAM remove. None of my program from the RAM remove. Everything will be there. When I start my OS again, same program, same process, same data will come back. And you know what OS will feel? They feel, even though I'm going to shut down, but OS gonna feel that I have never been shut down. And one of the way you can check, you will see this program won't stop, and plus your uptime won't become 0 again. They keep on updating the time. It means according to OS, they feel I have been never shut down. But according to Amazon, they feel everything has been shut down. And that kind of facility, if you want to see, okay, over here. Then for this, um, in this OS, this OS that is running right now, again go to action, again go to instance state. Right now, guys, instead you shut down or reboot. If you do any of the things, all the data from the RAM will remove and OS will again restart. If you go for terminate, your entire OS will terminate. None of the thing will come again. But here you can see one more new option come up called hibernate. So this option was not there. Because I enable hibernate here in this OS, that is the reason this particular option come up. But you can think hibernate is just like shutdown. So if I click on the hibernate, what you will see, hibernate, your OS stopping. Okay. Now this time, guys, this might take a little bit more time of stopping because all of the data from this OS, from the RAM, they are storing on the hard disk. So they maybe take a little bit extra time, but good thing is all my RAM, CPU, everything become free, and this OS shut down. Because this OS shut down, Amazon won't charge me. Or maybe next day I come back again, and I can click this OS and again start this OS. The normal I power on, start. My OS again start. According to OS, so according to Amazon, now I start using again RAM, CPU, and hard disk, and again they start billing me or charging me. I know you have free account, they won't charge you, but I'm talking about a realistic case, the way we use in the real world, they charge. But according to this OS perspective, they feel or they get an illusion that they have never been shut down. They are here always. Okay, all the data, all the process on the RAM is still exist. And how can you check? Let me again go to connect. Again, connect this OS. Okay. And what you will see, guys, right? When I go for uptime first, right? Normally, when you restart the system, your uptime will again start from 0. But you can see is keep on counting 9 minutes, right? Because according to this OS never shut down. Or even though if you go and check for the processes or the data, because this command will show you processes running on the RAM. Okay, and you see, guys, this process never stops. It's keep on running. Or maybe any other processes that you're running, it won't run. But yeah, if you restart this OS or shut down, actually, in this case, this will close. Because this process right now running on my RAM. But so this is, guys, very interesting concept they have recently added hibernation. So depend, guys, where you want to use. So if you're doing something, we always do a thing on the RAM, and we keep on, maybe you're running some Python code, it's a long code, this variable is load on the RAM. If I shut down my OS, this data I lose. But if I hibernate my OS, I won't lose my data. My variable will be still exist on the RAM, and from here I can carry on with my programming. Right now this program is running on the real time. So those who know Python, so for them, I just wanted to explain you this concept, right? So this is, guys, new concept they have added. Maybe if you in the future plan to go for a global examination, they might ask you what is the benefit of hibernation or something like this. Some scenario based question they might ask you. Okay, but it's not about the exam preparation. It is about how we gonna use in the real world. Last thing, guys, for today. Okay, basic thing, but you should know this. Okay, what right now, because, guys, this OS that I'm running is my instance. You can think is my laptop, and this laptop, guys, I launched from Amazon Linux 2. Or because I launched from Amazon Linux 2, guys. So again, very interesting concept I'm going to explain you, because you guys might face that particular issue. Before, guys, I explain you this particular concept, I have one or two small announcement for you. Most of you guys might know this, right? So the one announcement, guys, I have for you is we have used a certain process to do the attendance, right? So I believe you guys might know after this training complete, because right now we are doing 2 training in parallel, CSA and developer track. So after this training complete, we will provide you 1 training certificate for this. And after this training complete, we'll give you a separate training certificate for this. But one more small thing I just want to tell you. In this training, guys, after this prior training complete, I will give you some projects. And if you do this project, we'll also provide you 1 more extra certificate for you, that is called project certificate. Here also and here also. And sometimes for, especially for the college students, this project help them as an intensive certificate also, right? Because this is a very advanced project. I will explain you, and you can you will do it. And after you do it, we will provide you 1 more certificate to you. Okay, but project certificate is we only given to those candidate who will complete that project. But training certificate is for all. Only condition is you have successfully, or you will successfully complete this training. And the way we calculate the successful completion of this training is not the way, it's not like this, you just come every day, attend the class from 6 to 8, and we see the list over here in the Zoom meeting and we calculate. But obviously you have to attend. There's a one thing, but the way we calculate the successful training completion is in this training, guys, we are keep on giving you multiple tasks and multiple topics. Obviously all the tasks will be very realistic tasks, some great use cases tasks, obviously come from the topic whatever we are learning here, and you have to solve the task. And if you solve this task, okay, we ask you somewhere to submit it. So multiple tasks we are going to give you, and this is the best way to test your skills, best way to test your difficulties also, what you learn, what you're not learning. So in the of getting your console or black screen directly in the browser, that is very interesting even though, but it's only available to this particular image. But let's say you have a requirement, you want to use Red Hat 8, you can launch it. Everything is there, but this direct cut options is not available for other OS like Red Hat or SUSE or Ubuntu Linux. So how can you connect? Okay, so let me guys very quickly launch it. Click select and next. Everything is there same. Okay, even though this OS also doesn't support hibernation also, but as such we don't require right now. Is the extra knowledge for you. So as such hibernation is not at all important for us. Okay, I click next. Everything same. Next, just give it the OS name. Let's say OS 4. Next, and finally